We've just had one comment come through, John, from someone that's watching, which says, this morning I hosted a LinkedIn group meetup in Toowoomba where 20 members of the group shared breakfast and business transactions took place. Is this what you're talking about, John, with, you know, using it to, as a launching pad, basically, to start
Absolutely.
meaningful conversations?
Yeah, it's a tool. It's simply like the easiest way I try and put it is it's an Excel spreadsheet. It's a souped up Excel spreadsheet. It's this. All it is a database of names, yeah? But those names mean nothing unless we take initiative to go and actually, hey, we are connected on here. We share this common interest of LinkedIn, whatever their experience is with it. So how do we now actually really take that connection to a deeper level? You know, it might very well be that we have a conversation, we go out for breakfast or whatever, but how do we do that, and how does that work in your business? How does that then relate to your business's sales process? Do you actually have a sales process? You know, or a lead funnel, all of those types of things, and yeah, how do you relate it through that way? Okay,
Shane, do you have some thoughts on this?
I guess I just wanted to add that it's not only about sales, or my experience of LinkedIn is not only about sales and trying to sell stuff to people. It's also about buying stuff or even just connecting, you know, with people. I've connected with some people on LinkedIn. You know, water skiing and travel are a passion of mine. So I've found people who have that water skiing and passion, you know, as part of the water skiing passion as part of their profile, and connected to them on ideas such as, you know, the types of ski gear that we might be buying, or different places to go to. So, you know, we often talk a lot about sales and how to generate clients, or, you know, put your pitch, but, you know, it really is, I guess, reiterating what John was saying, it really is just another distribution channel to put yourself into the market or find market wherever you want to be, and whatever you define market as.
Yeah.
So before we start talking about a little bit more of the intricacies of the strategies that you teach, John, what is the opportunity for those that are brand new to LinkedIn, or, you know, just have a couple of hundred connections on there? What is the opportunity on there?
I mean, the opportunity is really how long's a piece of string. And it really depends on what their business is and what their objectives are. And just to comment on what Shane said, yeah, it's actually, it's not about selling, it's about helping people to buy. And it's just about positioning your expertise and bringing them through a funnel, bringing them through a cycle. But like I said, my whole objective with LinkedIn is to give them so much value that they think I'm crazy, and that they want to come off LinkedIn into my database. So the opportunity then for somebody with, say, 50 connections versus the opportunity with somebody with 5,000 connections is much of the same. You know, I've worked with clients who have got 12,000 connections and have never transacted. You know, whereas I've worked with people who have got 100 connections and, you know, have pulled in 100,000. So it really comes down to, why do you do what you do? Yeah? And most importantly, is LinkedIn the actual right channel for you? For some of you, it's not going to be. And that's the big thing. I'm not here to say LinkedIn is great for everybody, because it's not. I can tell you the story about the gentleman who shot me an email, and he's gone, John, LinkedIn isn't working for me. I've been doing what your boot camp, or at the time, was telling me, but it's not working. And I said, okay, well, what's your product or service? What do you actually, you know, what are you looking to do? And he goes, you know when you go to a deli and you buy some ham or something, and they wrap it up in the brown paper and they put the little label on to stick it down. And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. He goes, so I sell those labels, but I sell them to florists. And I'm like, so how many florists do you know that are on LinkedIn? And he goes, well, not me. And I said, well, no wonder it's not working. I said, now, we're not saying that LinkedIn isn't a great tool. It could be a great opportunity for you to look at communicating with different potential opportunities or different distribution channels. But if you're looking to sell more labels to florists on LinkedIn, I think you've got a better chance of just putting a sales team in place and going knocking on doors to florists. Yeah, you're wasting your time.
Yes.
So yeah, so you've really got to think about. I mean, I had a call earlier today, and we're talking about LinkedIn, and I said, well, there's no point even talking about a strategy if we don't know what you actually want to be doing, who your target market is, and how you're actually going to add value to them and help them to buy your product or service. LinkedIn's the furthest thing from your mind.
Yeah. And what sort of time investment would you say would be a good starting point for people starting off in LinkedIn?
Yeah, absolutely. They've all got that free download. Is that correct? From jumping on today?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So the download that you can get access to, and you can just click the button or whatever you do for that. That's a process, if you like, that I've put together, a set formula, a system where essentially 27 minutes a day, so 30 minutes a day if you like.
Yep.
But 27 minutes a day, there's set tasks that if you just go and implement those tasks and do those tasks every single day, you will get a result on LinkedIn. Yeah. I had a client recently who's just, all she did was implemented 2 things, and one of them was she changed her headline. And that's now resulted in an opportunity for her that's a 6-figure opportunity. And
wow.
all she did was changed her headline. 3 days or so later, one of her connections connected with her and went, "Oh, wow, now I know what you do. Let's have a conversation." And 6-figure opportunity. Now she hasn't made 6 figures. They're still negotiating that. It might turn out that she only makes 30 grand, but hey, for spending a couple of minutes and updating a headline, give me that every day of the week.
Exactly.
yeah. So it's just those little things. But you've got to know why you're on LinkedIn. That's if all you take away from today's call is, why am I on LinkedIn? Why do I do what I do? And can LinkedIn help me with that? That's fantastic. Yeah.
And is it why a common thing that I come across with people with their LinkedIn strategy is they just go out and put out all the connections they can and hope that people react. Is that a decent strategy? Is that something to start with?
Is that really a strategy? Yeah. It's funny. I get the question all the time, John, should I only connect with people that I know on LinkedIn?
Which is quite the opposite, isn't it?
Well, it's funny. Like I always say, if you go to, I'll go away from LinkedIn for a sec. Let's go to a local networking group. So you go to a Chamber of Commerce event. What's your objective to going to a chamber event or a networking function? Would it be safe to say that it's to go and meet new people, correct? Yeah?
Yes.
And that's the way you need to look at LinkedIn. It's just an online version of networking. So in saying that, I am 100% open to, and I connect with every single person who comes my way. So anybody who sends me a connection request, I'll accept it, unless I can truly see that you're a spammer. Yeah?
Yes.
Or it's a fake profile. However, on the flip side, when I'm personally investing time and energy in connecting with people, I'm laser focused and laser targeted with who do I want to connect with.
Right.
Because that's more, it's easy just to hit the accept button and all of those types of things. But to send a connection request, you've only got 3,000 connection requests that you can send out. And once you've got 3,000 people who haven't responded, you're essentially cut off. You need an email address every single time, unless you send an email through LinkedIn support and they like you and they allow you to, and they give you another 3,000 opportunities to connect. So use them wisely, but be open to accepting and be open to connecting with anybody, because you don't know who they are, you don't know who they know, and it's not necessarily always about doing business with that person, but they could lead you to that next client who might be worth, depending on your business, might be worth $100, might be worth 100 grand, or anything in between. But it's just leveraging those opportunities.